Bistrot is now open. John, you're so funny. We drove up from Bellingham.
I came up to propose.
What if she says no and I've got it on camera? That'll be embarrassing.
Every time we come here, we always do this like romantic thing.
I know.
And Stephanie's always like
she's pushing.
either filming or
like
taking photos.
She's like a romance pusher.
I know. John, you're funny. You always make me laugh. And this can be like this amazing place where
For
people
weddings.
get married.
I don't want anything to do with weddings. I don't want anything to do with them.
Okay.
I think they're stupid.
Weddings and it's just so peaceful here.
Oh, you really do live in a special place.
I do know that.
First couple days I was on LCAP, I hadn't had a bowel movement. So that's a little intimate, right? Right?
Edit that out.
Well, that's something
I
that
had a
people would not consider, and it is a problem, obviously.
Yeah, so it had been a few days, so I was a little worried. And so finally the day comes, I'm like, okay, it's gonna happen. So I excuse myself, and mind you, I'm on a ledge on El Cap, probably already 1,000 feet up or something. I don't know, but anyway, so I'm doing my business, and I just hear, woo, like all this wooing from the meadow, El Cap meadow, and
Lots of people cheering.
A lot of people cheering, and I'm thinking, what is happening here? What is happening? Like they can't know what I'm doing up here, right? And so I finished my business, and that's when Alex and Tommy were working on the speed record. They come flying up, and I thought, okay, that's what all the cheering was all about, you know.
They just broke the record.
They had just broken the record, and so all this wooing was happening, and so I was just like, oh, thank God, you know, because all this time I'm like thinking, oh my goodness, what's happening here?
Why is everybody cheering for me?
Yeah, so
That
that was silly, but you know, you're thinking all these thoughts because everything's so, you know, something as simple as doing, you know, something private like that, you're just like.
I think that would be horrifying.
It was horrifying. It was.
You weren't horrified.
I was.
You were like, they
I was
probably didn't
something.
see too much.
No, I was definitely in my head though. I was thinking all sorts of things.
It was very odd timing.
It was odd timing. Yeah.
Oh, girl.
Yeah. I was a baby model even back then.
Yeah, but up on a ledge, you know,
Yeah.
really good for you, Rita.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
That's fairly significant.
It was funny. It was one of those like funny but also
Coincidence things.
yeah, funny not funny haha moments. Definitely one of those things I believe will be the most courageous thing I've ever done. Yeah, I think it just takes a lot of brain power and wit. What was that, 2017?
18.
18? Are you sure about that?
Yes, positive.
And he asked me if I wanted to, and I said, sure. Yeah, why not? Because I always wanted to.
What
John's
is your-
also a 512 climber in Utah. Not in Washington.
In Utah, yeah.
Well, not in California?
No.
Not in
Only
Washington.
in Utah. It's very location specific. It's my home crags. Makes it easier when it's your home crag. I have no good climbing stories.
Sure you do. What's your best photographic assignment?
I can tell you about being really scared. Like,
That's
so
okay.
scared that you don't want to go on any farther. And that's on Alpamayo, where because of global warming, what was supposed to be a pretty straightforward, super steep snow climb had melted out, and it was like kind of frozen, icy, chossy, just like crap to climb. It was pretty hard to climb. And I'm climbing up there with my pack, which is probably 40 pounds because you have your tent in it and all that stuff. You're going up to the high camp. And it just got so hard. And I really felt like that was going to be the moment that I was going to fall and die. And I was so scared that I actually was like, okay, if I'm going to fall, let's just let it happen. Because it's too scary. It's too intense to deal with this. And then when I finally made it up to the anchor and I knew I was safe, I hooked my ice axe into a loop of webbing that was tied onto the anchor. I was like, you know you're going to live at that point. It's like, that's done. It's over. It was such a relief. I think that's the scaredest I've ever been in my whole life. And it's the sort of fear that is unusual. Like it's just so bad you want it to end. So that's like a little fun climbing story.
That's a good story.
That's a
yeah,
intense
that I
story.
got
It's
the fear.
it's like the
yeah.
fear is so painful
Yeah.
that you like.
You'd rather it ended.
You'd rather end. It's
Yeah.
just like this is unbearable.
Your story kind of gripped me.
You know?
His story gripped
Yeah.
me as well.
I
That's a
wanted
good story.
to drop. I had a pretty heavy backpack on, right? So, and I wanted to just like jettison it, just like drop it, like, and then it would be pretty easy what we were doing, I think, without 40 pounds on your back. But I was like, what if I do that and it hangs up on my harness, or it gets caught in the rope and it pulls me off?
What route was this?
It was on Alpamayo.
Where is that?
It's in Peru.
You never told me this story,
Yeah.
John.
So, and I was like, and then also there's if you drop your backpack, like how far down the mountain does it go? Does it cost you a whole day of climbing?
What year was that?
Oh, it was a long time ago now. Like 95.
That's quite horrifying. How many times have you been to Summerland?
I came here 30 years ago and climbed for
Summerland?
like a day. Or I think it was just one day. I visited Ray's Sports Den on a sales trip, and we climbed a half a day. And then Rita and I came here 3 years ago. So I really like Skaha.
Yeah, me too.
So what do you think, Rita, what do you think about Summerland? I mean, you're kind of a world traveling
You
global
know,
gal. What do you
Diva.
think about this town, this funny little town of
there's
Summerland?
something quite special about this place, I think. Yeah, it's like
Magical.
there's magic. It's like I've said the other night, wherever there's, a city town where water runs through, there's something just magical about it. I don't know, and that this place has that. There's something. It's like the étincelle. There's something special. I would love to stay longer than just a few days here and there. I think this place requires just staying a longer time. Like it's one of those places. You can't just stay a few days and say, okay, it's special. Like you gotta stay a long time, get to know the people. Even just like getting to know Chris,
Yeah.
Like that was That was cool.
John, what do you think of Summerland?
It's wonderful. It's like a little piece of perfection. I don't want to say it's like Italy or
No,
France.
it's not like
It's more like its own little thing,
it's
but it's pretty
its
wonderful.
own little place.
Yeah, but it is very special. I like the climbing here.
The gelato.
You thought that was really
That
good?
was so good. No? No? It was so
Gelato.
good.
So it's low calorie, so I can finish it.
Well, you already finished it.
Nah,
You kind of went to town with it.
Yeah, you sure did.
Yeah.
If I had to choose, would probably say this was better, but only marginally.
I like the
Stephanie.
pesto.
Pesto, a little bit better, but only by a small margin. Both were wonderful. Both come with high marks.
Yeah, it's going to be seen by 1 million people.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Before they broke the speed record, they were rehearsing. So they passed us like, you know, we've been on the wall for like a week already, right? Like
Sorry,
couple days. Okay, we were on the wall for 6 days, but we were like there what 4 days, and
No.
we see Alex and Hull
And they're,
coming
like, up there.
and they started like just
And-
an hour before.
They're up there for like an hour.
We're like we're already on there for several days, and they're like,
Sorry, and you're in some gurney thing.
well, we're not in a
against the side of
gurney.
wall
We're
face.
just we're on the cliff. Yeah, we're sleeping on the cliff. It's
I've been talking too much.
You sure have.
not at all.
I'm sorry, what?
Stephanie,
We're enjoying it.
you're not supposed to tell the truth. What's
finger
with
over
truth?
the,
What
over
do you
the
put
camera.
that phone down?
We're a match made in heaven.
The bistro is now open.